Good evening. I'm Keisha Butts with a CTV News update. A special session to deal with congressional redistricting kicks off today in Annapolis. The Maryland General Assembly is taking up dueling maps created by the Hogan administration and the legislature. A joint hearing began at 12:30 to begin discussing the issue, and dozens of residents have signed up to testify. Meantime, the Senate introduced its newest member, Ron Watson, who is taking the seat left vacant by former Senator Doug Peters. Also on the agenda were a series of vetoes by Governor Hogan that the legislature is mandated to consider during the special session. The Senate voted to override more than a dozen of those bills, including one sponsored by a Prince George's lawmaker that allows counties to offer tax relief to low-income workers.
This is a bill we passed to give our local governments the ability to lower taxes, lower the local income taxes on their working people, their middle-class folks. Under current law, localities are barred from giving tax relief to working people and middle-class people unless they give the same tax rates to the millionaires and billionaires. Essentially, all this bill does is give our local governments the ability to give tax relief to the essential workers who've worked so hard supporting us all during this COVID crisis.
After briefly meeting this morning, the House adjourned until 6 this evening. The chamber voted to postpone considering most of the governor's vetoes until the 2022 regular session. Those who are in need of rental assistance in Prince George's, listen up. A popular program that has helped thousands is set to expire. The deadline to apply for the emergency rental assistance program is approaching. So far, more than 5,500 households have received help making rental and utility payments to landlords since the beginning of the program. In March, you still have time to apply.
So we will be accepting applications until December 15 of this year, 3 p.m. And that means that people who have already applied, they shouldn't worry about it. We are going to focus on making sure that the people who have applied and are eligible are receiving the assistance that they're requesting, and people who haven't applied yet have until December 15 to apply.
To apply, log on to hcd.mypgc.us and scroll down to the emergency rental assistance link. In other news, a longtime holiday tradition kicked off today. It's the 37th annual Bill Milligan Food Basket Program, hosted by the Public Safety Assistance Program, or PSAP. County officials held a ceremony honoring the event. Public safety workers volunteered time to help prepare more than 2,500 food boxes that will be delivered to families in need in Prince George's County.
The COVID-19 pandemic has only made the year and a half even more challenging and is still affecting so many in our community. In addition to the health effects, we know that thousands of residents unexpectedly lost their jobs and lost the ability to provide for their families. While we've made significant progress in returning to a sense of normal, there are families who are still feeling the weight of the pandemic's impact. And so today is really important to so many in our community, and the Holiday Food Basket Program that supported families before the pandemic continues to be a consistent presence in Prince George's County.
PSAP, which was founded by the late Bill Milligan, is composed of 5 public safety agencies, including police and fire. You're watching CTV News. I'm Keisha Butts. We'll be back in just a moment.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers, he connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Work, school, grocery shopping, doctor's appointments, the gym, to the airport to pick up loved ones, to the kids' soccer games, piano lessons, out for movie night, to hear your favorite band in the city. over to Grandma and Grandpa's house, and on last year's amazing road trip. Your vehicle takes you so many places. Protect it. When you leave your vehicle, remember to always take your keys or key fob with you and lock the doors. If you suspect auto theft, contact the National Insurance Crime Bureau at 1-800-TEL-NICB. That's 1-800-TEL-NICB, or visit our website at www.nicb.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Welcome back. The state's health department website is down temporarily. Officials say the Maryland Security Operations Center is investigating a network security incident from over the weekend. The state health department, the Department of Information Technology, and the Department of Emergency Management are working with federal and state law enforcement partners to address the issue. A spokesperson says health department servers will remain offline as a precaution. Meantime, patients are less than 1 month away from not having to worry about surprise medical bills. The Federal No Surprises Act, which takes effect January 1st, generally forbids insurers from balance billing patients. Instead, it requires healthcare providers and insurers to settle any balance between themselves within 30 days.
January 1, 2022, consumers will be protected from those surprise bills. So what happens is the health insurance company has to treat it as in-network. So your in-network deductible, in-network cost share apply. So it can't, like I get hit with that out of network. And then that provider cannot balance bill you. So they don't get to bill you the difference. All out of network care in emergency settings. So the facility, the provider, your post-stabilization care until you can be safely transferred to an in-network hospital is covered, and air ambulances are covered. So you're just going to be responsible for that in-network cost share and not the difference.
If insurers and providers fail to work out a deal within 30 days, an unsettled bill would go into arbitration. The loser would have to pay the arbitration costs, which would run between $200 to $500. Uninsured patients who are billed more than $400 over an upfront estimate can also bring cases to arbitration for a $25 administrative fee. For more information, go to marylandcares.org. There is also a hotline for Spanish speakers. That number is 410-230-1712. The United States Postal Service has moved tractor trailers out of a Brandywine neighborhood. They are now in a staging area on Route 301. This comes after residents complained about vehicles lining up in the Timothy Branch section trying to get into a Postal Service facility across the street. The county says it has no control over the staging areas or trucks along 301. However, officials have ensured that the residential areas are free of trucks. U.S. Park Police arrest 3 juveniles involved in a car chase on the BW Parkway over the weekend. Officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop on Sunday just before 9 p.m., but the suspect vehicle fled away. During the subsequent police chase, the vehicle crashed on Kenilworth Avenue and the juveniles were arrested. Police say the suspect car was carjacked in Prince George's County. And still to come, a big win for the Washington football team. Stay with us.
Why? Why take a chance? Why risk a mistake? Why say something? We all have reasons why we choose to ignore the things that give us pause, that seem out of place, that don't feel right. The word why can either paralyze us or empower us to stand up and protect what we love. So if you see something, why do you say something?
I see safe for my family.
I see safe for my friends.
I see say so that they are safe.
We see say for each other.
I see say because all of this matters.
We all have something worth protecting, a why that unifies this community we're all a part of. So protect your everyday. Report suspicious activity to local authorities. If you see something, say something.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school.
Jessica has been through a lot in her life from early childhood.
My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She came in looking to complete her diploma. She had a family she had to take care of. Anytime she needed help, we provided her help. She realized that we were here for her.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
My graduation, it was something I will never forget. I couldn't explain the emotion I was feeling because people like you and me sometimes may have doubts in ourselves, but I feel that everything's possible.
Jessica's future is brighter than ever.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Thank you for staying with us. A Maryland gubernatorial candidate tackles the issue of critical race theory in schools. Democratic candidate John King releases a new video campaign today. King addresses the importance of teaching issues such as racism, slavery, and discrimination in public schools. He even stands before a Gaithersburg cabin where his ancestors were enslaved.
The truth is, today's gaps in health, wealth, and criminal justice are tied to the history of slavery, segregation, and redlining. And the truth is, my family went from being enslaved in that cabin to serving in the cabinet of our nation's first Black president. As a teacher, school principal, and President Obama's Secretary of Education, I know the truth matters.
King is one of 8 Democrats running for Maryland governor. The oldest living Tuskegee Airman commemorates his 102nd birthday. Brigadier General Charles Mcgee was honored over the weekend. Mcgee is a Bethesda native. He enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1942. Mcgee flew in more than 400 combat missions and has more than 6,000 flying hours. President Bush awarded Mcgee with the Congressional Gold Medal in 2007. President Trump promoted him to the rank of Brigadier General in 2020. A Prince George's resident is celebrating a very special milestone. Leanna Callahan blew out her candles this weekend to mark her 100th birthday. During the party, she was surrounded by family and county officials. Callahan grew up in South Carolina and now lives in Glendale. She has 4 children, 9 grandkids, and 1 great-grandchild. Happy birthday, Miss Callahan. In sports news, the Washington football team wins big this weekend. The home team defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 17-15 on Sunday. Thanks to the win, Washington is now ranked 2nd in the NFC East. Now to college football. It's the end of the road for Bowie State football team. The Bulldogs lost to Valdosta State in the NCAA Division II quarterfinals over the weekend. The final score was 41-17. Well, let's get a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast. The National Weather Service has issued a hazardous weather outlook for our area tonight. Expect rain with a possible wintry mix. Tuesday and Wednesday, partly cloudy with a chance of snow. Daytime temps reach a high near 40. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 32. And now for the community calendar. Bring your loved ones out to enjoy holidays at the harbor. Catch the nightly tree light show and festive fireworks. You can also meet Santa at the wheel, as well as visit a new interactive display called I Love Christmas Movies. For the full list of family activities, visit nationalharbor.com and search for holiday events. And that wraps up our CTV News Update. Please join us again tomorrow at 4:30. I'm Keisha Butts. Have a good night.